People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down, when you're strange. Faces come out of the rain. No one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange.
Greetings, Earthlings.
This is Too Hard to Swallow, a mega expose on the distasteful truths we find each day at the vector of food, beverage, music, and the social ramifications thereof.
Are you going to put that in your mouth? Seriously? Are you going to swallow that?
On this episode, we attend to a loyal listener's query. Our man Carter on the big business of booze. And finally, it's off to old Vegas for the Quaalude Shuffle.
To swallow or not to swallow. A candid and extremely revealing restaurant, bar, and dining advice column. Is what you chew really that new? Is that drink really what you think? The answer to your queries promise to be spicy and perhaps a bit frightening. So, be prepared for what you ask for. Yes? You want me to read the question now?
Yeah. Would you please?
You can't afford me.
What an asshole. Mother, can you do me a favor and read the letter, please?
A curious listener asks, Dear Dr. Daddy, answer me this. Why all the mass closings of the classic dinner house? Everywhere I go, there are available signs on places my mom and dad used to take me on all our special occasions. We loved having our birthdays, Christmas parties, anniversaries at these great old locations. Dinner was always served with soup, salad, huge entree portions, massive desserts, and the strongest cocktails on earth. These special venues were open for 20 or 30 years. What happened, Dr. Daddy? I miss my gravy. Thanks, Jack.
What happened? Why, these dearly demented entrepreneurs simply took success for granted and didn't adapt to the times or the need to adjust to current economic situations. I mean, now, with all the small specialty shacks popping up with smaller tabs, the average diner will accept less quality and quantity with far less guilt. So, our fabulous old dinner houses are going. They're gone, and they won't be back, Jack. The prognosis? Sheer infused chaos. Our little taverns, pop-ups, pubs, dives, designer diners, each serving small bites with big tabs. I mean, burgers, sushi, duck a la orange, all shareable, all seasoned, all under one roof. One-stop shopping, no one goes hungry. My opinion? We are doomed. Thanks, Jack. Cheers, the doctor.
Just a gigolo, everywhere I go. People know the part I'm playing. Cat, paid for every dance, selling each romance. Oh, baby. Every night some heart betraying. There will come a day, youth will pass away. What will they say about me? When the end comes, I know they'll say just a gigolo. Cat, his life goes on without me. Go, man, go. Oh, cat. Swing.
Now, introducing our brand new curator of cocktails, Carter Raff of Raff Distilleries.
You know, lately, Carter, I've been going to a particular bar or two, and I've noticed they've been making some real crafted cocktails. You know, the newest thing on the block. What do you think about that?
I think it's great. I think the availability of a craft cocktail made correctly it'll blow your mind if it's made properly. Luckily, you know, you and I are here in the San Francisco Bay Area, and honestly, there's no better bartenders than San Francisco. If you watch these guys make drinks, and gals, of course, it will absolutely astound you. It's not just pouring into a glass. It is true artistry. But, you know, people can follow trends, and, you know, you can drink your Fireball if you want. You know, it's not good, but if you like it, drink it. I mean, that's all that I care about. Don't follow a trend. Don't order a martini because you want image. Just drink what you like. I don't care if it's well vodka, but just drink what you like. If it's $2 Chuck, more power to you. Just drink what you actually enjoy. I mean, that's what it's about, enjoyment. Don't order a fucking martini if you're going to do it for image just because you're in some board meeting or something. You know, order what you like.
Babe and the doctor go house hunting.
The following was an outrageous burst of questionable memories recalling one of the doctor's past adventures.
For those with a sensitive constitution, we attempted to clean up the obscenities, naming of names, and gratuitous violence whenever possible.
Vegas, mid-70s, 3 a.m., my time.
Hey, freak! Phone call!
Shit. I almost made it to the jalopy. One of these days, we'll be carrying our phones around with us. yeah, and then pigs will, blah, blah, and this cat will be 6 feet under by then. Anyway, I tripped back into the bar, picking up line 3, and son of a gun, it was my old pal, the skeleton. Another freak of nature. And he was proudly announcing the long-awaited arrival, by Burrow from Ensenada, of my knee-length virgin lambskin jacket with the baby seal lining. Far out, man. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Hello?
No way. You gonna pick it up now, man. Given the freaking fact you still owe me for half. I need the bread, man.
Hey, eat me, man. I just finished schlepping cocktails to a bunch of broken down old shoelaces and made just enough kashish for a decent buzz, French toast from the peppermill across from the Stardust, and make it back to the nest in time to beat the sun.
Listen, you bastard. I'm about a twat hair away from offing your swag for some primo and some strange bush. It's now or never, swine.
Damn. My beamer's low on gas and I'm not high. I can't catch a break. Okay, I guess it's time to send up a flare for the Baccarat babe and her night rider. She arrived in the neck, and after a loot or two, we were screaming down Eastern Avenue at a comfortable 65 miles an hour, Zepp cranked to the max, and watching the world through bloodshot peeps. I got to say, it don't get much better than this. I mean, look at her. Michelle, a voluptuous French Baccarat dealer from the Riviera Hotel, behind the black leather wheel of okay, you guessed it, a black on black 2-week-old Trans Am, Hurst 4-speed, all the while attempting to control a stampede of wild stallions under the hood. This was truly a goddamn black bullet on wheels. Okay, here's where the plot thickens. As it happens for them in the know, when indulging in the devil's barbs, a mile becomes a foot. And there I was, helplessly watching the street that arrives at the predetermined destination slowly pass us. Now, my mistake, one of many, was mentioning, Michelle, honey, we're missing our turn. And then immediately, time stood still. At a snail's pace, I watched as the world began to tip off its axes. As this crazy French biatch fishtails across 8 lanes of mercilessly nada trafico. Note, now for those who remember Western director Sam Peckinpah or the Wild Bunch flick, you will have a better understanding. And suddenly, all existence resorted to slow-mo as we ripped through the 6-foot bushing that bordered the corner house. And that's when I started to swallow my tongue. I even noticed that the MPH was still around 50 as we were plowing across a cluster of overpriced baby olive trees like twigs, with the mags leaving a trail of torn sprinkler heads and fresh Bermuda mulch in its wake. For a split second, I imagined, what a great name for a rock and roll band. Sprinkler Head and the Fresh Bermuda. And then, with minimal effort by the bullet, we crashed through the front of the house. As the dust settled, I realized we were in the living room. The more aware I became of our surroundings, I noticed that the rod still had its great bod and that the living room was quite nicely furnished. At this point, the villainess becomes the heroine. Telling me to stay in the car, she'll handle the cops. There was no argument for me as the warmth of my groin told me to stay put. All at once, I glanced to my right and I saw a couple cats sitting by the fireplace, smoking a joint, far fucking out. So there they sat, paralyzed, staring at the wreckage with mouths wide open. This is when I, with a bit too much effort, rolled the window down and through the fog, pointed at them while asking, politely as possible, if I could have a hit. Then, as if I'd just come over for a cup of sugar, the cat with the jazoint got up on his unstable feet, walked over, still obviously on shaky ground, handed me the bird and nodded.
Join us next time as the doctor brutally dissects the food and beverage industry's agenda to sell you what you don't really need to feed on. Find Too Hard to Swallow on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and toohardtoswallow.com. Send your accolades and condemnations to toohardtoswallow@gmail.com. Next episode, the doctor's interview with BMA-nominated blues maven Paula Harris. Also, Q&A with the doctor and Penguins of the Flame. Here's hoping every bite is a tasty groove and every drink a sultry song. Bye.